Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why you will attract everything on semen retention, but beware. And this is why. Here's why. See, the thing is, when you decide to retain for a little bit of time, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, or maybe some more time, you will start attracting opportunities open up like the gates of heaven. This is a very divine type of thing that you're experiencing when you decide to go on retention. You will be living in a divine like state of mind. There are different spectrums of consciousness that we can live by. There's different consciousness. Now, what is consciousness? Consciousness is what you believe to be true. What your beliefs are, what you believe to be true, what you think is possible and what you think aren't possible, how your mindset works. And you will start attracting things. You will start living in a divine state like a mind. You will start realizing that maybe the things that you thought of, maybe the things that you were dreaming about, they will start manifesting into your reality at a rapid rate. This is not voodoo science. This is not some sort of new age. This is facts, and this is reality. There's an example, because I had a dream about, like, there was this ad. There's this guy named Alex Becker, some entrepreneur who's very, let's say, wealthy, and he has this ad that has some sort of sort of device can like scale your ads or something like that. For some reason, I had this dream, and then the next day I see an advertisement, the exact one that I was dreaming about. So you see a lot of the things that are happening in this physical reality are brought to you by yourself. They're brought to you by yourself. So when things happen, there's no need to be very surprised. There's no point of even being surprised at some things. There's no point into being surprised at certain things. The people that you see, because the thing is, whatever your habitual thought is, whatever you're habitually just speaking about, talking about, dreaming about, whatever you're just like whatever you start dozing off, and then your imagination starts running, and then you tend to be in a dream, and you're dreaming or something like that. That will tend to become your reality. You will start attracting that situation and circumstance. Everything comes from the mind. Everything is a mindset. So there's no really point to be fearful. There's no point to be really fearful. If you know this information, there's no point to ever really be fearful. This is this is ancient information. The Most High was teaching this information when he was on this physical earth. This is ancient information, but they keep it. It's not really. It's more kept of like a secret or something like that. It's up to you to really find out about this. Everything that you start really entertaining in your mind, and more of a consistent basis, the things that you speak about, the things that you talk about, the things that you're really feeling at a core level, they will materialize in this reality at a later time, whenever your attention is off of that thing. They will start realizing. And when you decide to go conserve your seminal fluid, because the Most High did this when he was on this physical earth, they were on semen retention. You will have a higher spiritual connection to the Most High, and you might even start realizing that miracles will start happening into your life at a very, very rapid rate. There's no need to be surprised when really good things happen to you now, because you're directing your attention to the things that you want. This is it. So anybody who starts saying all these things about how things can't happen, they're probably mentally lazy. They don't like to figure things out. They're not into adversity. They like to take the easy way out. Taking the easy way out is not is, I mean, it's okay way to live, but it's not the most fulfilling way to live, because the best thing for a man is when he goes through adversity, and then he finally figures something out, and then now he's flourishing. This is how the greats, so they can tell their story. They can tell their story. Think of it as in like a warrior gladiator times. There's the crowd who's watching the gladiators, and then there's actually gladiators. Now there's some gladiators who don't make it out of life, but the few who make it out of life, what a story they have to tell. And this is it. This is how you want to think of it, like that. So you will start attracting everything when you start going on seeing more attention. You will start seeing the submissive nature in certain types of women. You'll start seeing the submissive type of nature in certain types of women, because you're finally letting that play out, because you're finally playing your role. You're finally playing your role. You can't really blame the woman for her being very masculine, because you might be a little bit too feminine. You might be too distracted on certain things. You're never really having a deep sense of fulfillment. You're partaking in pleasure. You're taking the easy way out. You don't like to be screwed. Once adversity hits, or once something bad happens, so you can't really think yourself way out of it. I mean, these are skills that you need to start really having if you really want to get the best out of life. And the thing is, like, so when you start attracting everything. You might start attracting all the good out of people, and maybe even all the bad. The people who might just start getting angry at you for no reason, just because you presented yourself, are the people who probably don't have the retention in them, so they're probably scared of who you are and who you can become. And this might make them jealous. They might think that because they're around you, you might make them just feel inferior, just because of your presence. The mere fact that you are who you are is enough for people to shudder. It's enough for people to shudder. This is the type of power that you can have to certain people if you're holding your life force. People play with this around way too much. They think this is a joke. They think that none of this, you can't right. Let's for an example. If you were given, if we were taught this, that you can basically attract more opportunities, more abundance, more opportunities, more just things in general, to have maybe a better financial situation, but what you would have to trade off is keeping your nut. If people thought this, if people knew about this, then they would do it. But they play it around. They don't take it seriously, and this is why they're getting the results they're getting in life. And the thing is, you will start attracting everything. You'll start attracting the Jezebels. You will start attracting the type of spirits that want to take your nut. You will be tempted every day. And it really just matters of how much you care about yourself and how you care about your life, to abstain from temptation. We live in a very tempted world. The reason why sex is so glorified is because they want you to be distracted. They want you to be distracted. They want you to be distracted. That's because they realize if they have your attention, then you can't think for yourself. You can't think about other things. If you're even eating low vibrational foods, if they're putting logos like McDonald's in front of you, if they're putting all of these quick and convenient foods in front of you, that's gonna get your attention. You're gonna pay your money, the hard-earned money that you give. You're gonna give it to them just for a quick fix. And this is how 95% of the population is living in lives of quiet desperation, because they have no discipline and they have no grit, and they just are they're just too easy to give things up so quickly. The first sign of adversity, they're just gonna give it up, and they're gonna stop doing it just because things got uncomfortable. People can't even look at you and can't hold eye contact with a high vibrational person because they're not on that level. Think about it like this. Let's just think about it like this. If the Most High was in his physical form and he was just walking normally, it would be a very a dramatic type of way. Like everything would just be very like dark, and you would just feel the energy. You would just feel like, what is going on? You feel that power. It's just an example of someone who has power, and you will start attracting everything. You will start attracting every single thing, the good and the bad. And the thing is, you can't give it off. You can't give it off so easily, and you have to beware, because the person who has this type of energy is probably the best, is mostly the person who is looked for in social situations. He is the person who's going to be asked about, and they might test you, they might tease you, but it's important for you just to retain. It's important for you to retain, and it's just important for you to not give your energy to things that will lower your vibration. That's the most important thing that from this video, is to not give your attention to things that will lower your vibration. Because if you lower your vibration, if you lower your mood, there's going to be a compound effect. There's going to be a compound effect. There's one bad thing that lowers your mood, and then enters another bad thing that makes you more in a worse mood. And then if you keep holding this, it's just going to be a very bad thing. People do this their entire lives without having no awareness about switching their perspective. They go their entire life with this compound effect of just very bad things happening to them, and then they're crying out asking, why is this happening to me? It was because they never changed their attention. They never changed their attention. You have to change your attention. You can't be so easy to lose focus. You have to change where you put your attention to, because attention is the most important thing. If it's not giving you good vibes, if it's lowering your vibrations, if it's making you feel less than you are, then it would be in your best interest not to give your attention to it, regardless of what it is. They want your attention. Once they have your attention, then it's just easier for them to manipulate you. It's easier for fear to enter your mind, and it's easier for you to not take action. Like I said, it's a fear-ridden life. The person who can put fear into the masses has the power, and the masses will believe the fear. So that's why I'm saying, like, the news is like, the thing about the news is that it will lower your vibration. It will make you feel like this world is literally about to fall off the world, and that's how it may seem at times. But in reality, in the real life, in your everyday reality, you start realizing that whatever your thoughts, whatever your attention is, whatever your action is what you're going to result, is what you're going to get in terms of results. So it's best to take action and act in spite of fear. And this is how you will live to tell the story of how great you became. And all of this just becomes a lot more amplified when you decide to retain your nut. Because the thing is, like, if you're busting every single day, you're in a lower chakra, you're in a lower vibration, and now your financial situation may not be there, your relationship situation may not be there. Because the thing about relationships is that if it's built off of just flesh and lust, then it really can't go that far, because that tends to fade off as you get older. As you get older, it tends to fade off. But if it's from pure soul love, then it would just be a lot easier. It would just be a lot easier for it to flourish, because it's in harmony with your actual soul and divine self, if that makes sense. So yes, be very wary of who you give your attention to. Like I said, the number one thing that you can do for yourself right now is to direct where you put your attention to. Direct your attention to the best. Direct your attention to things that will give you a higher return on investment. Direct your attention to things that will earn you a higher income. Direct your attention to things that will just make you feel a lot better about yourself. And then if you consistently do this, your physical manifestations, what your results are in life, is going to be the better things, and you're no longer associated with the lower vibrational things of this world. If you got any value from this video, like the video, comment about something, comment about what you're going through on your retention journey, and then subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.